Sous vide, air fry, made rice, sauteed vegetables. This head-to-head challenge with the Ninja Foodi and the Ninja Combi to help you figure out which one is right for you. Hey, sweeties, today we have a head-to-head battle, a smackdown, if you will, between the Ninja Foodi. This is the Ninja Foodi Smart XL 14-in-1 pressure cooker steam fryer. It air fries, it proofs bread, and the Ninja Combi multi-cooker steam oven air fryer. We're going to put them head to head. I've been getting lots of questions asking me what's the difference between the Ninja Foodi and the Ninja Combi. We're going to put them through a series of tests side by side. We're going to sous vide, air fry, saute, make rice, and we're going to show you the difference between the two and try to help you figure out which one is right for you. I purchased the Ninja Foodi myself in 2022, and I've been using it pretty much every week. And the Ninja Combi I received through my work as a Ninja Kitchens affiliate, so I received this for free. Let me show you the differences, the similarities. Let's get into it. But first, please subscribe to Sweet Savant. Hit that thumbs up, that notification bell. And now let's get into this head-to-head smackdown. Ninja versus Ninja. The Foodi versus the Combi. So the biggest difference, in my opinion, is that the Ninja Foodi is, at its heart, it doesn't have a heart, but you know what I mean, is a pressure cooker that also can air fry and sous vide, while the Ninja Combi is, at its heart, a multifunction oven. It does not pressure cook, but it can also do similar functions like sous vide, air fry. But some things the Foodi does better and some things the Combi does better. Let's start with air frying. So head to head, we air fry chicken wings using the same treatment, the same batch of wings cut into drumettes and flats. I seasoned them and treated them with a little half and half mixture of cornstarch and all-purpose flour. Spritz them with a little oil and put them into one batch into the Ninja Foodi and one batch into the Ninja Combi. So, which did better? Well, both batches of chicken wings came out great, crispy. They both cooked at about the same time, so one didn't take longer than the other. The biggest difference is that the Ninja Foodi can fit less than the Ninja Combi. So if you have a larger family and you're trying to feed everyone some wings for a snack during the game, you're going to need something a little bit larger. The Ninja Combi fit about twice as many chicken wings as the Ninja Foodi. And that's a huge, huge win for the Ninja Combi. We'll put a win in the Ninja Combi's column for that one. So yes, it does have a larger cooking area, cooking surface. So if you're cooking something that you need to spread out and cook in one layer, then the Ninja Combi is going to be the way to go. We also did a side-by-side saute. They both have a sear saute function where you can use the inner cooking pot of the Ninja Foodi, add a little bit of oil, heat it, sear saute levels 1 as the lowest and level 5 the highest, and saute your onions, carrots, peppers, whatever you're doing. The way that you access the cooking pot is a huge sort of difference in the Foodi and the Combi. So in the Ninja Foodi, you access the cooking pot from the top. And it heats from, when you're doing the sear saute, it heats from the bottom. And you can saute and access the food from the top, stirring it around as it cooks. But with the Ninja Combi, you access the cooking pot like this. So if you're trying to saute, let's say you're doing one level of cooking. We don't need this crisper tray right now. And you're trying to saute, you pretty much have to slide this out. It heats from the bottom here, but you have to slide this out. You need something to set this on that's heat resistant, and then you can stir like this. So if you need something, you're cooking something that needs constant attention, you have to kind of pull it out, push it back, pull it out to stir, and push it back in. You leave this door open when you're doing the sear saute function. So you either have to remove that cooking pan from the unit to stir, or if you want to stir it while it's in the unit, you need sort of a long-handled spoon, and you have to reach in with it and try to stir around, which is kind of awkward. So if you're using, cooking something that needs constant sort of stirring and attention, it's a little bit awkward to use. So it's not quite as user-friendly when you're trying to use the sear saute function in the Ninja Combi as it is in the Ninja Foodi. It's much easier to access your food, to stir it around so it doesn't burn. Don't burn your food, honey. So that's a win in the Ninja Foodi's column. It's definitely easier to use that kind of function when you're stirring from the top down and not having to pull the drawer out, stir, and push it back, and take it off and on the heat. Win for the foodie. I cook rice pretty much every week, a double batch, so we can have some for dinner, maybe Sunday night, and put the rest into the refrigerator and make fried rice or shrimp and rice, something like that, later in the week for lunch or dinner. And I do that in the Ninja Foodi. I pressure cook that rice because it comes out to me with the perfect texture and the rice grains don't get blown out. So the Ninja Foodi does not have a dedicated rice sort of button feature, but pressure cooking your rice to me is the way to go. And they do have a recipe and directions for pressure cooking your rice in the cookbook that comes with the Ninja Foodi, as well as the cookbook that comes with the Ninja Combi. I changed the recipe to my liking because after a while of cooking, you kind of know how you want it. And if I do 3 cups of rice in here, I do 3 1/3 cups of water. I love the texture of the rice when it's pressure cooked. Now, the Ninja Combi does have a dedicated rice pasta sort of button switch, and you put your rice inside the cooking pan and you add water. I made jasmine rice in the Foodi and in the Combi, and for jasmine rice or long grain white rice, the instructions for the Ninja Combi say that you should use double the amount of water as you do rice. So if you have 2 cups of rice, you need 4 cups of water, which is what I did when I was doing the head-to-head battle. I did 2 cups of rice in both. The Ninja Foodi, I did 2 cups of rice and 2 1/3 cups of water. And then in the Ninja Combi, I did 2 cups of rice and 4 cups of water and added 3/4 teaspoon of salt to each batch. You can see the difference between those rice grains. The rice cooked in the Ninja Combi is blown out and a little too soft for my liking. I would have to adjust that recipe to make the rice a little bit drier so that it's not getting, exploding and splitting. So if you're trying to make something like fried rice or rice dressing, You really want a drier rice if you're going to cook, a recipe with that rice again later. And that's just the texture that I prefer. So for me, cooking rice, the Ninja Foodi wins because pressure cooking your rice is the way to go. Sous vide was the sort of the biggest challenge because you're taking a fairly large cut of meat. I was using 3 pounds of beef chuck in the Ninja Foodi and 3 pounds of beef chuck in the Ninja Combi. And it ain't cheap. Like, relatively inexpensive when you're comparing it to a ribeye, but the price has gone up. And cooking this tougher cut of meat sous vide you can cook it, then it gives you a texture like close to a ribeye. They call it prime fib. I think that's what they call it on Reddit. Prime fib instead of prime rib. I cook them at 36 hours, but here's where things get tricky. With both the Ninja Foodi and the Ninja Combi, the timers only go up to 24 hours. So I had to let them both run down to 12 hours and then add another 12 hours so that I could get 36 hours of cooking time. And I wanted to cook them to 135 degrees, cook them at 135 degrees, which is my preference, gives you sort of a medium plus. A lot of people, if you kind of look, they can just Google what temperature should I cook sous vide my chuck roast, my chuck steak, you'll see 132 or 131.9. And you can't get that precise with either the Ninja Foodi or the Ninja Combi because they go up in 5-degree increments. So you can cook it to 130, 135, 140, but you can't get as precise as 131, 132, 133. It's not happening with either of these, which, if you are really a sous vide aficionado, is not going to do for you. You're not going to be happy with either one of these machines. That being said, while I set both of these to cook at 135 degrees for 36 hours, I check the temperature at the end of that 36-hour cook time. And while the Ninja Foodi did temp at 135 degrees, that chuck roast did reach 135 degrees and stay there. The Ninja Combi measured the temperature of that chuck roast, measured 139 degrees, which is a bit higher than I wanted. So that's not acceptable. It's a clear win when it comes to sous vide. While both chuck steaks came out tender and delicious, the chuck steak that was cooked in the Ninja Foodi was much more juicy, more tender, and more succulent. And you can see the difference in the color after we browned them both. I would say that's a win for the Ninja Foodi with an asterisk. Oh, that reminds me. The maximum amount of liquid that they recommend that you use when you sous vide in both of these is 12 cups. Well, the Ninja Foodi, the capacity goes beyond that. It goes to 24 cups in the cooking pot. So it comfortably fits that large chuck roast. But the cooking pan that comes with the Ninja Combi only fits 10 cups. The max fill line says 10 cups. So if you want to sous vide something that's 3 pounds and you want to make sure that water covers it, it doesn't fit 12 cups. So what are you going to do? To use the Combi for sous vide, you'd need to purchase this. This is the Dutch oven accessory that you can purchase for the Ninja Combi if you want to cook sous vide. This one, it's Dutch oven with the lid. This goes up to 16 cups. I paid, was it $50 for this Dutch oven, specifically so that I could test out the sous vide function. And frankly, it doesn't work out, not for sous vide. So what's the final conclusion? For me, I like to use the Ninja Foodi mostly for its pressure cooker functions, and then everything else is kind of a bonus. I do sous vide chuck roast in here every once in a while, and I like it at 135 degrees. If you were trying to cook it to a lower temperature, then it might not work for you, but it works fine for me. For an occasional air fry, it works fine, just not at the capacity that you would need. But frankly, I use my air fry oven for that anyway. But if you need, say, a separate countertop oven, an oven that works with steam, then the Combi might be for you. But frankly, I think some of Ninja Kitchen's other countertop air fryer ovens are better for everyday use. So for me, the winner is the Foodi, but that's just my personal preference. Please subscribe to Sweet Savant. Hit that thumbs up, that notification bell, and y'all have a delicious day.